Hey guys, welcome to a very mini book haul. Like I mentioned in my previous book haul, I am slowing down in my purchasing of books and I'm being more intentional with the books I pick that I purchase, and I'm excited about that because then I don't get so overwhelmed. I love owning books, but it can get overwhelming when there's so many unread ones staring you in the face. So I have this separated into books that have been gifted to me, books that I've purchased, but before that, I got some fun bookish mail. I always like to show off because I want to thank the people that are willing to send me stuff. So this cool Germany souvenirs bag, look at that. I'll show you what's inside here. I got a sweet little note from Helen. She is a lady that has sent me a number of different postcards already over the years, and every time she goes on travels with her husband, she picks up a couple for me, which is just the sweetest thing. And so they were in Germany and she sent me a couple postcards. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. Love it. So that's gonna go with my postcard collection. And then she wrote me a sweet little note telling me about the cruise they took. Just a little bit jealous, but mostly very thankful. So thank you very much, Helen. I love it. Then I also got a letter from Ashley, who has a channel now, Ashley's Bookshelf. She sent me a cool postcard, which made me laugh out loud. Look at that guy. That is awesome. That is how I feel some mornings when I wake up. So cool. So she sent me a little note on there, and then she sent me a bunch of stickers too, which I'm going to be using in one of my journals for sure. They're so cool. I don't even know which way this goes because I can't really see it. Cool sorts of stickers. So thank you very much, Ashley. If you guys have not already subscribed to her channel, I'll have it linked below. Definitely do so. It makes me so happy to receive fun mail in the mail and to send it. It's pretty much just as much fun to send it as to receive it, but it's just great. I love it. Okay, now the books that have been gifted to me. Of course, I don't even know how to pronounce the first book. The Enchanted Lives of Celeste Artis by Ryan Grodin. You guys, I've loved everything that Ryan Grodin has written. She wrote Wolf by Wolf, Blood for Blood, and then I read those like a year or two ago. Then this summer I read The Walled City, totally different vein, blew me out of the water as well. And now we are going fantasy. In this lush and lyrical fantasy, she transports readers to the hidden magical pockets of the early 1900s Paris, a place of enchanted salons, fortune tellers who can change your stars, and doorways that can take you to the most unexpected places. Yeah, I just barely found out today that the price of a flight to Paris from here, and oh, that was tempting. I've really got the travel itch right now. So 100% want to read this soon. I want to read you the first either sentence or paragraph, I'm not really sure. Paris past midnight is a magnificent creature, conjured from carving iron and cafe lamps. Ooh, that's the first sentence, I like that. Its gardens swallow every color of spring. Electric lights pave the boulevards. Doors open to cabarets and salons, where sugar drips through absinthe spoons and pianos fall into familiar songs. Every corner is enfitte, each shop window resplendent. Well, I still struggle with reading aloud, but super excited to read this. Her books have been so very good. Oh, and then I also read The Girl Who Kept the Castle by her this summer. Also an excellent one. That one's middle grade though, so I forgot about it. Definitely gonna read that. And then I was gifted What If We Met in a Bookstore by Callie McClay. This is the first book in the Breezewood chapters. So this one sounds really interesting. It sounds like a portal fantasy. And I mean, bookstore, you got me there. I love the little cat on the cover. That's like the most adorable thing ever. Let's see. It says, when she's ready to turn a new page, he doesn't want the story to be over. When Briar finds out her favorite bookstore in Homer, Alaska, is on the verge of closing. She jumps at the opportunity to save it, but her high school crush and former classmates are back in town, making her plans a lot more difficult. And then we've got Peter West, dreaming of becoming a successful escape room artist, is striving to build a career from crafting unique puzzles. I'm sure they're gonna cross there. Chapter 1, Briar. I'm not fond of early mornings. It's a decent start. Don't get me wrong, I like breakfast and warm sunshine and being awake and alive, but I don't enjoy the feeling of dragging my eyes open from a deep dream. I'd rather stay in bed and return to my dreams where reality seems more alive than when I'm awake. It's in my dreams that I have adventures. I'm invisible, I can fly, and I can hold my breath underwater for hours. And sometimes I dream of him. He's holding my hand or holding a door open for me with a soft smile. I get lost in his eyes, and there's a moment or two where I think it's real. But it isn't real. None of it is, and I know it never can be. Too bad I have to wake up. Yes, one of my patrons talked about this book a couple months ago, and I knew I had to read it, so very excited. And the last book that was sent to me is The Wall by Brian Penn. This one says he could live forever, but is he willing to pay the price? It's 2099 and the former United States of America is in the midst of another civil war. In the wake of a revolutionary technology that grants people a second chance at life, an impenetrable wall divides the prosperous nation of Zion from the slums of Middleland. Stuck inside the wall and desperate to reunite with his fiancée, contraband smuggler Asher is hell-bent on finding a way out. One of the things that really intrigued me about this book is the author is not only a novelist and screenwriter, but has a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, which I have always been intrigued by psychology, so sounds really interesting. Oh, here's the former United States of America, and then the wall that is up. Okay, and then there's like the different reservations. Zion West, Zion East. Okay. Chapter 1. The wall went up virtually overnight, which instantly makes me think of the Berlin Wall. We should have seen it coming, but we were too busy with life directly in front of us, too distracted by the moment. Who wouldn't be? After all, we were first lifers. Once we figured out what was happening, it was too late. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Okay, so those are the ones that were gifted to me. Now the ones I purchased, let's do like the weirdest one right off the bat. I shared this in one of my newsletters, which is always linked below. I now have my newsletter on Substack for free. Going with the aforementioned Happy Mail, I like to put stickers on envelopes and send stickers and use stickers in my journal and stuff like that. You guys, I got the Victorian Cats sticker book. Yes, I did. I mean, we've got cool pictures of cats. This is from Cricket in Times Square. Some pictures, and then there's also like, these are stickers. I think they are like perfectly ridiculous. Like, they make me so happy because they are so hilarious. So there's studies of cats. So there's like sketches in between and then stickers. Yeah, so, oh, this one's like a sticker dressing thing where you can dress up your cat. That probably brings me way too much joy, but yeah, that happened. So I bought that. This is from Book Outlet. I may as well just go with the other two Book Outlet books. I got Unoffendable by Brant Hansen. Read this one, loved it, needed a copy. This is the revised and updated edition. I don't know what I read. So here's a crazy question. What if we decided not to be offended? That's the premise of the entire book. He is hilarious. I love all of his books. Chapter 1, Being Unoffendable, the ridiculous idea. Okay, so this may sound like the dumbest thing you've ever read, but here goes. You can choose to be unoffendable. I'm gonna read a little bit more. I actually heard a guy say this at a business meeting. That is striking to me for a few reasons. 1, I'd never, ever thought about that before. And 2, I remember something from a business meeting. And 3, I was actually invited to a business meeting. His writing is so hilarious, but like so deep. Always recommend his books. The last one I got from Book Outlet is Supernova. This is the third book in the Renegades series. So I'm trying to stick with buying books that I either have read and loved. I want to read more like indie authors, and then I also want to buy books from authors that have proven themselves to me. I loved the Lunar Chronicles. I've heard great things about this series, and now I own book 2 and 3. So I still need to find Renegades at some point, but I've heard great things about this series. I don't even want to read what it's about. I don't remember. It's book 3. Can I even read the first sentence? Oh yes, I can. Everyone has a nightmare. We'll stick with that. We won't go for spoilers. Okay, I don't know. I'm hoping I can find Renegades really soon so I can start on that series. Okay, and the last book, this is, I guess not indie published, but I also want to purchase more from like small publishers, and this is the third, I'm pretty sure it's just a 3-book series. Pretty sure this is the ending of a trilogy that I own the other books for. It's Guardian by Kathy McCrum. I really enjoyed the beginning of the series. I got a little confused in book 2, but that might have been because of the gap between when I read book 1 and book 2. I'm not sure. So in this world, we follow a character named Recorder. There are lots of recorders. Their names are all Recorder. They aren't actually given names. They're given like a number. They aren't allowed to have any identifying characteristics. Their heads are shaved. And right at the beginning of the book, things happen that the main recorder that we are with, her drone gets wrecked. So they at a certain age are attached to a drone, and if they show bias in any way, because their whole job is to record what's going on in the world, and if they show any bias in their recording, they are like given an electrical shock. So it's pretty intense, but then right at the beginning of the first book, she can now be biased without getting punished for it. So it's an interesting psychological shift. So then we go into book 3. Let's see what I can read here. So it's the personal record designation Zeta 4542910-9545E, and I think that is our main recorder. Sub-zero surface air hissed through the closing hangar doors. It's sulfur burning my nose and it's cold creeping through my inadequate black jacket. I'll just do the first sentence because third book in a series. Don't want spoilers. So yeah, 2 huge science fiction books. We got a couple of fantasy, and this one's gonna be more, I guess, science fiction, dystopian feeling. A non-fiction and a cat sticker book. That is my haul for the month of August. Nice and small. Will help me get caught up on the books that I own. If you guys have read any of these or want to read any of them, let me know. Let me know what books you've been purchasing lately. I always love hearing about it and chatting about our bookish purchases together. So there we go. Oh, it looks nice too. A bunch of green. Love it. Thanks for watching, guys.